Why the hell? That's much better. I know just fuck that up. Watch Alex fucking come back. Watch him come back right when I'm doing this video. Anyways, guys, how you doing? We're not doing anything, too fun. We're just doing some tactical conquest, which is pretty much the same thing as strategic conquest. Is pretty much the exact same fucking shit. It's not changed. But Alex was here earlier, yesterday, and today. So, and I wasn't gonna stream, but I said, F it, why don't I just stream? And then I was actually upgrading guns before this. I was looking at TikTok before this. Before I was looking at TikTok, I was upgrading guns, and basically what I do is I talk to myself in kind of a weird way. I narrate my own futures, and in this future, I was I wouldn't say like a TED talker. I would say more or less I was a guest at a high school. If you ever been to like a middle school or elementary school, you have guests come in, you all sit in like a big place. A guest comes in, they talk to you about stuff, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and the only reason I do this is I would actually really help. Like, if you guys don't like talking about stuff, or it's like you don't. Okay, I will say, because I don't know how to say it without making it sound stupid. By doing this, you will understand things that you didn't know you had. Problems, people, problems. And what I mean by this is, and I bought this. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait. How do I do the thing? Yeah, I also bought grenades. But, anyway, it's not important. I bought this, which is I think like a 2-tap revolver, I would say. It does a lot of damage. It might be 3-tap, but even then. Oh yeah, it's probably 2-tap. That fire rate is dog. But, oh, nice one. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, it kind of forces you to bring attention to the problems you have without knowing you have them. For example, actually, I can't really give an example, but I can. Well, no, I can give an example. It's just not a personal thing. Okay, so for example, like. Oh, we lost D. Dang, I gotta go back for that. Say if, or did I just go for B? Anyway, say if, like, I had an idea and then I lost it, I think. Oh, okay, that's fine. Take my kill. Don't look at that much. Also, I keep getting distracted because I can't think of an example where it's like, okay, so my mind's just like, move on. But no, sticking to the subject. Let's just say if like you had depression, or not depression, but let's just say you felt bad for an unknown reason, but you didn't know you felt bad. Talking to yourself in kind of like a futuristic state, where it's like you're talking to a group of people, like about your life and experiences, will help you realize, like, oh poop, I'm sad because of this. I need to do this better, or something like that. Kind of mad I spent 900 things on this thing, but I'll let it slide. I keep getting distracted. But yeah, it'll help you bring awareness to the issues that you may or may not have in your life. Like for me, I didn't know I had an issue with, oh, what was it? I have an issue where it is I've made my own theory for it. I call it the lying complex theory, in the fact that if you know me, and well, sorry, if you know the real me, if you've known who I am for many years, you will know that I am a liar. Yeah, it's a 2-tap. I'm a liar, and I'm very good at manipulating people. I usually tend to say that I have the origin story of a serial killer. Now, keep following me on this one. I am a good person. I know that might sound stupid considering what I just said. I am a good person, though. And I don't tend to manipulate people unless I genuinely have something to gain. Which isn't much. The only people I actually manipulate are people who are not even close to my age. So. Hey, soldier. How you doing? Can you get up for me real quick? Thank you. Oh, did he die? No, yeah, I think he got up. Anyway, I'm gonna go in here real quick. But yeah. But I didn't know that I have a problem with people lying to me, even though I can lie straight to their face without giving a care. Because I base my entire existence around my liar's complex theory, which is what I call it. There might be a scientific term for it, but I just call it that. Basically, it revolves around the fact that I want people to be completely loyal to me without me being loyal to them. Which means I want them to prove that they can be loyal to me despite whatever it is. No matter what it be, that they will not lie to me, and they will not, you know, anything of that nature. Which I know is kind of manipulative. Trust me, I know it's manipulative. You can't just fire a bullet with that thing on. Because isn't it just still like a circle? So, I mean, who knows? Is someone over here to know about? Yeah, but I want them to be completely loyal to me regardless of whatever situation came up. I don't want them to have to lie to me about anything. So that's why I get mad when people lie to me, because I want them to be completely loyal to me. Which, you know, wanting people to, you know, be loyal to you and wanting them to not lie to your face, that's reasonable stuff. But for me, it's different because, okay, what to say? For me, it's different because you don't have to lie to my face to be in the crossfire. Matter of fact, I'd prefer you didn't lie to my face, because it only makes your chances worse for when I explode. Rarely do I explode on people. I'm more or less exploding on things around me, but I have exploded on a couple people once or twice before, and it is not good. Not good. I know that might sound like, oh, he probably ain't that bad, or ain't really nothing. It's just something that he says. I am dead serious. See, and sorry, let me phrase it differently. These have been mild explosions. I've never exploded to the fact where I wanted to literally. I've exploded one time to the point where I wanted to beat the life out of someone. Yeah, that's just pure honesty. But I think we all get to a point where it's like, okay, this person, yeah, no. We don't like them around here. They're not that good. They're not cool people. And I have beaten one person up before. he wasn't the nicest guy, but then also, you know, he wasn't exactly as clean as a whistle. So, but none of us really are. But it was at a martial arts camp. I was new, relatively. I think it was like my first year there. And he was a purple belt. And I wouldn't say necessarily it was his fault for the way he was acting. Because, I don't know. I don't know if it was like a mental illness. I'm not really sure what it was. I don't. But anyways, he kind of talked funny. And, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Anyway, he had a tendency to get in trouble. Like he called the instructor's wife a bitch. His words, not mine. You know, a whole bunch of messed up stuff. You know, just kind of the way it was. But one time he said something out of my mouth, challenged my authority, and I literally grabbed him, pushed him against the wall, and proceeded to beat the living hell out of him. I mean, like, I punched him until he kind of cried and slumped down against the wall like this. And mind you, I'm a white belt, he's a purple belt. He's had years of experience. This is my first year, and I've already kicked his ass. I've firmly planted my foot, saying, I am the strongest kid here. If I can beat him, maybe not the black belt, but I could beat him. And therefore, I'm the strongest amongst the kids, I guess. And that's where I firmly put myself. And from this day on, I still believe that if anyone were to still fuck up the way that boy did, and question me in any sort of way to the point where I'm willing to beat the living shit out of you, I will. Okay. Alright, Tank, I know how you feel. Okay, I understand. But this tends not to happen. And then also, I am very weak when it comes to people. You see, and I'm saying this out of the utmost respect for all girls, but for some reason, I can't get mad at girls, and I'm telling you, I don't have to like them. I think it's because of the way I was raised, and out of sheer respect, that I'm very passive. There's only been one instance where I really thought about crossing that line, but it was for a good reason, because technically it would be self-defense. So, but still, I didn't, because out of the utmost respect, regardless of what was going on, and you know, because my parents told me not to. So, out of the utmost respect, you guys don't have a way over me, I will tell you that. I will throw down with anyone if you piss me off. But I'm just saying, I've been raised well enough to know that I should not do that. And I think that shows who I am. And I think this proves what I was saying earlier, that though I do have the horror stories of a killer, is what I say, I am still a good person. And I think this proves that, because, you know, you don't know what people are capable of, you don't know what they can do, you know, you just don't know. And I'm willing to come to YouTube, because I know there are girls who watch my videos, I know there are boys who watch my videos, who may not know this stuff, but I tell people that I am crazier than they think I am. I don't know if they believe me. I really don't. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I wish they do, and I pray to God they do, because I want them to believe I'm crazier than what I say. And I know that sounds, you know, really stupid. Mike Tyson, what are you talking about? You know how dumb that sounds? And yes, that does sound pretty stupid. You don't have to tell me. I know. I know how stupid that sounds. But it comes from the fear complex. That's what I call it anyway. I don't know if there's a scientific name for it, but I just call everything a complex. Everything that I feel is wrong with me, I call it a complex. And I just call it based on what it is, a fear complex. I have a fear of people not fearing me. which is weird because, like I said, I'm a very nice person and I want to be respected. But I have a fear of people not fearing me enough that they just walk all over me. I'm pretty sure someone can kind of convey where I'm coming from right now. Or not. Maybe not. Maybe you guys can't convey. I could have killed him. Anyway, let's say maybe people don't know where I'm coming from. Don't do it. Don't. Uh-oh. You gonna get me? You gonna get me now? You gonna get me? You gonna... No. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, bro, get teammate up, bro. Get him up, bro. Get him up. Come on. Just get out of combat for like 2 seconds, bro. Of course someone decided to shoot near you guys right when I was gonna spawn on you guys. Cool. Thanks for the respawn beacon. It's not a lot, actually. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure I clicked the trigger, so that should have been like a headshot. But we're not gonna talk about that one. Hey, teammate. Thank you. Where was I? Oh. Hey, man. Hey, no. Oh. Ah, I was gonna say, there's no way he killed me. But that makes sense. We are all dead. But anyway, I forget where I was thinking about. I forget. Let's just start off with your comment. Yeah, like I said, I have a fear of people not fearing me enough that they walk all over me, which wouldn't happen because I only deal with people who fear me enough to fear me. Which is why, if people who know me, I was put on a show of force or aggression or anything like that, because people that I've had, they haven't feared me enough, especially in elementary school. The fear complex was super high. Probably because, I bullied kids and I wanted to be top number one all the time because I wasn't... Now, I will tell you, my life hasn't been perfect, and, people say, they're bullies because, home stuff, whatever that, like that might have been the case. But also, I feel like I just bully people just for the power. And it's kind of funny, because whenever we talk about bullying in school, and you're talking about bullying in school, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Where? Okay. Whenever we would talk about that in school, I would always bring up the fact maybe it's just for a power complex, because that's what it was. For the most part, I do believe it was just feeling the power and knowing that I could do it. I think that drove me. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it at all. It was bad time for me, bad time for others. Well, people that I bullied anyway, bad time for them. And would I apologize to them? Absolutely. Would they believe me? They totally wouldn't have to, because like I said, I'm a very compulsive liar. When I have to be. Or when I want to be. Now, because I remember one of my friends telling me, because... And I felt really bad afterwards when I heard this, but I heard... dang, English, first language? I heard one of my friends told... okay, come on. 1, 3, 2, 1. One of my friends told me that one of the kids they used to bully, who they were kind of friends with, it was kind of like a triangle. I bullied him, but we were both friends with that one person. Kind of. And they told me that the kid I was bullying went to the teachers, and told them what I was doing. Which I told him don't do, obviously, because I didn't want to get in trouble. But my act as such a good kid, because I was always behaving in class, I was like number one in everything, because I always kept my head up and it was sharp, straight honor roll, and not straight A's, but just honor roll. And I was always nice in class, the teachers didn't believe the kid I was bullying. They didn't believe them because they were like, there's no way that this nice, innocent kid could do that. And to them I say, thank you for believing that, but you don't know what I'm capable of. And I could tell you guys a bunch of stories, and they could all lead into one major complex. And this complex is the big complex behind every complex that I call complexes. This major complex I call the civilian complex. Why? I don't know. I just came up with that name somehow. Don't ask me how, because I don't fucking know. But anyways, the civilian complex is based off the fact that I have a lot of misplaced anger. And I don't know where it comes from. Because my parents have given me everything I've ever wanted. And besides the fact for them being divorced, which doesn't really affect me as much as I think it does. Damn! Doesn't affect me as much as I think it does. But it definitely changes my perspective sometimes. And it's leading back to this coming full circle. It's about to come full circle in a second. Hold up, that made no sense. It's about to come full circle in a second. I'm talking too fast. But this civilian complex leads me to the solution of my problems, talking to my future self. I was customizing the guns. I was talking as if I was in the future in a different reality, where I was talking to a bunch of high school kids. I don't know, between high school and middle school kids. That's where it was. I think it was like freshmen, which is high school, not middle school, but freshmen, I would say, around that age group. And oh. Could you not? Load the pilot. Load it, please. Look at that damage. Okay. Dang, that thing's almost destroyed. We need someone to blow it up. Like 2 more grenades. I think that thing will die. Anyway. So yeah, I was talking to around like freshman age kids. Oh, hello. I think he's dead. And are they making a push across the bridge? Or are they across? Oh wow. He might have died. I'm not sure. Hold up. I will continue talking in 1 second. Okay. I think we got to the building. I got you, brother. Please, no one see me. No one see me, please. Okay. They saw me. Yeah. And so that's how I solve that big complex, as I talk to myself and discuss my problems without knowing I have them, so that they don't boil over. And what I was talking about is that I don't like how, if anyone's had a counselor, because I've had like 2, 3, I think 2. Counselors try to solve irrational problems with rational solutions, which can work, but in cases of children, these days, doesn't work very well. And especially with someone like me, who, if people know me, if you do, if you don't, or you might just know this in general, I like war. Not like that, but I like to learn about war. Anyway, well, yeah, I like to learn about war. We'll go with that. And Oh, hello, Mr. Sniper. Hey down there. Hey there, yourself. Oh, I almost killed him. Someone just shoot him, please. No, he ran away. Oh, thank you, Jules. I feel like I know that person. I feel like I'm friends with them. I think. I don't know. Or I might just have a friend that has the name Jules in their name or something. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Focus. Like I was saying. No, thank you. They try to solve irrational problems with rational solutions. And what this means is that, say if... No, this is a great example, because I used an example in the talk that I did. In my head, of course. I said that if a child is afraid of the dark because they believe there is monsters, and instead of the parents, well, let's just say for some reason the parents don't address this immediately, and they're like, well, we should just take him to a counselor. I don't know why they would ever do this. I don't think any parent would do this, but say if they did do this. The counselor's like, okay, I have an idea, a rational idea to deal with your child's irrational problem. And you guys will say, like, how is that irrational for him to be afraid of the dark? Because there's no reason for him to be afraid of the dark because monsters don't exist. That is what is that's what's so irrational about it. I'm about to snatch his head. It's a bad idea, mate. Shouldn't have done it. Dang it! Should have studied my aim. Anyway. And let's just say their idea is what idea did I use? Oh, for them to go. Oh boy, for them to go in. For them to put the child in a dark room and to, you know, talk to them, you know, from like me, like with the radio or something, and let them sit in the dark room by themselves and let them experience that there is nothing there. There's no monster that can harm them. Right? Right. See, that's a rational solution to an irrational problem. And though that can work, it only works if the child genuinely believes that is true. Because for me, I'm smarter than people think I am. And the adults know that I'm smart, especially the counselors. Because I said everything, I do this to my parents too, I say everything they want to hear, but then I don't really, I know what I want. Am I driving or what? Oh no. Okay. I'm not driving. No. Get back in the car. I say everything they want to hear, but I don't actually execute it, or like, you know, or like even give it a second thought. I just say what they want to hear, you know, and I don't really absorb it. But I absorb it. I understand what they're saying, and like they get through to me, but my mind just kind of shuts it off after like a day or two. It's like, what'd they say? No, it doesn't care. It doesn't matter what they said. And then then whenever they, you know, whenever they're mad at me, I know what I should say, so I just say it. And, you know, it doesn't always bode well. So. For some reason my square is not working today. For some reason. Oh, maybe because you can only get into the back, Tyson. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, well, not if you're dead. It doesn't make sense. But yeah. So that it only works if the child believes that. And even if the child does believe that, it only works if it keeps up. Because then maybe it turns into the child needs someone to talk to before they doze off and fall asleep, which, you know, parents might not always feel like doing that, you know, kids need to go to sleep. So that's why I said it's kind of hard, But now, one thing that has worked, and it still will continue to work as far as I will know, it's worked for me and a bunch of other kids, is the whole flashlight thing. Not flashlight, nightlight. And you guys know what I'm talking about. If you ever had a nightlight, I think every kid's had at least one nightlight in their life at some point. But nightlights are a rational and irrational solution. And I put it this way in the talk I had for myself, that, come here, buddy. It's rational to the parents, because to the parents it makes sense. But to a child, and it's been said to me it's kind of said to me this way, kind of not. But basically, it's like the nightlight fights off the darkness, the monsters. Therefore, it doesn't exist. So to a child, it's like, oh, this nightlight is fighting the monsters so they can't get me, which is irrational, because monsters don't exist, and light cannot fight the monsters unless they just are tigers or any sort of animal that just fears fire. If the light is fire. No, sir. I would like to decline your Walmart premium. Damn. But yeah. So, it's irrational. It's irrational to the child, but rational to the parents. Which works, because you're fighting an irrational fear with an irrational problem. Meaning, it's very successful. And also, what I mean by this is that because you're fighting an irrational problem with a rational problem, there's no way it can fail. As long as the child believes in that irrational solution to be its irrational problem, it's gonna work for good until they get old enough and learn. Till they get old enough and learn that monsters don't exist and light just doesn't fight off everything. Okay, they're but can I cancel? Okay, no. Oh. Oh wow, they're just sitting back there. All up. Dang. I didn't realize. But yeah. You guys know about this. I forget where I was. I keep forgetting because I keep dying, and I got kind of a headache. And I'm kind of tired at the same time. Yeah, I gotta go putt tomorrow with Alex. It's his birthday. Make sure you guys happy birthday if you watch this. Say happy birthday, Alex, if you guys watch this. You know, it'd be nice. I think you'd like it. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, irrational problems, irrational solutions don't work. But as long as a kid believes in that irrational solution to be his rational problem, it'll work until he's old enough to know that monsters aren't real. And, you know, that you really shouldn't be afraid of the dark because there's nothing there. Then, you know, he'll get comfortable and not need a nightlight anymore. And so, yeah, that's where I am. I've basically just gone full circle on how I've described myself and what I do to keep my head straight, even though my head's never on straight. And, you know, people who might ask me if I have depression. Personally, I would say no, I don't have depression. Because I feel like my life is too good for me to be depressed. Now, should I ignore that? Absolutely not. But I genuinely don't believe that I have depression. Because now, I've had waves of depression, but I don't have a constant depression. And there's a difference between waves and constant depression. Waves of depression is where you're depressed for like a week. And I think depression affects everyone differently. And depression for me was like, man, I've told this story like 1,000 times over. But, to like 1,000 different people. I've had, when I went to my martial arts camp, I would say, I guess I can call it a camp. It was me and me and my friends. And there were 7 of us. And, you know, we were young kids at the time. And you know, we called ourselves the Seven Dragons. That was funny. Yeah, we called ourselves the Seven Dragons. And you know, the name just kind of, the Coop. Yeah, I don't know, pronounce that. That name just kind of stuck. You know, really hammered its way into our heads. Seven Dragons, and we were good at our martial arts. We were good at what we did. We were great at our tag teams and our team dynamics. You know, we were good at all that shit. And one day, after a tournament that we did win, I came first place. I came first place in a lot of tournaments. I came first place, and the youngest of us was he didn't feel well after like a week, so his parents took him to the hospital. Not to the doctor, because the doctor said, you know, we don't know what's wrong with him. So just they gave him some medicine. He didn't feel well, so they took him to the hospital, and he was diagnosed with cancer. And it was bad. Like, it was stage 4 cancer. Like, we're talking really bad. This man started rapid hair loss. It was bad. Like, it's like one of those commercials you see, like, with cancer patients, and they have no hair. Yeah, it was like that, kind of. And it resonates with me because my grandmother recently passed away. She had cancer, beat it twice. You know, it was like a mother to me. More than my actual mother. I loved her more than my actual mother. I love my grandmother more than anyone in the whole world. More than my parents, more than anyone. Because she was everything to me. And my grandfather, he was a father to me. My dad was still my dad. But I felt like my grandfather just was more of a dad. Anyway, my grandmother passed away. She got cancer a 3rd time, except she got tongue cancer. It's really weird. When I first heard the news, I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't really know what to think of it. And then I got worried and stuff, and started to get worried, and you know, started to get worried. And then I kept saying to myself, we're gonna beat this. We're gonna beat this. And then, you know, she got moved to someplace. She got transferred from the hospital and got moved someplace. And, focus. That's another thing I do is, like, I try to not cry or burn my tears inside my eyes. If you know what I'm talking about. If you guys know what I'm talking about. But, anyway. Me and my dad went to go see her that one day. Not everybody got to see her, but my aunt saw her, my grandpa saw her. You know, a lot of people saw her. And, you know, I came in there, you know, my aunt said, you know, she just went to sleep, but earlier she was, you know, smiling and stuff like that. And from my memory, which could be bad because it was really confusing for me and hard for me in the end, I'm pretty sure I saw her chest go up and down at least twice before I sat down and stopped paying attention. You know, she was sleeping, so I was like, okay. And I was watching TV in the room. They had a TV in the room, so me and my dad sitting there watching TV. And I'm like, okay, so when she wakes up, I'll talk to her. You know, tell her everything. Tell her that I plan to, you know, have a chat with my family about stuff that I feel is kind of unfair, which I didn't end up having, but I mean, like, there's gonna be a second one, like, after that. Well, no, sorry. I was gonna have one, which ended up happening the same day she died. We ended up having that chat. But anyway, like I was saying, I can't smash you that. That's dumb. Go. Great. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, but like I was saying. You know, so her chest going down twice, so I'm like, when she's gonna wake up, she'll be good. The nurse comes in, I think, to, like, prop her up for something, for some shit. I don't know. And, oh, God. was the wrong time to get out that thing.
Got you, soldier.
How many of those things do you have? Jeez. Anyway. So, and the nurse says, oh, she doesn't look good. So they get the doctor in there. And I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Doctor says, you know, she passed away. And I am dead. I am dead-faced, just... And I feel a tear coming. And I squeeze my fist so hard, I close my eyes, and it just rolls down. And then... And then my dad, you know, he's really calm. You know, he's going through the motions, and he's like, it's okay. You know, he's being strong for me. Because he knew how much, you know, she meant to me. And my dad, I was sitting down, you know, I'm trying to compose myself. My dad's like, I ended up getting to a place where I stopped crying, but I still felt it. You know, I was playing back memories, and listen, and then my dad, I'll tell you in a second what happened. It just happens after this. But my dad, he was like going to come over and say anything. So, you know, I called him my mom. So he didn't come say anything to my mom. And I went up there and I said, you know, that I loved her. And then I couldn't do it. I couldn't say anything else. And then when my mom picked me up and I told her that, you know, what I said, I'm like, I think it was enough. I think it's all I needed to really say. Summed it up perfectly. How I felt. But, excuse me? Okay, I think my aim's just bad. Yeah, no, I think my aim's just bad.
Anybody? Help me!
And it was on me. But after I sat back down, after I said I loved her, and I started crying. I'm not an old soul, but I'm an R&B soul. I'll say it like that. I'm a good R&B soul from when like my grandparents were kids and forward, all the way up to like the Michael Jackson era. That's where I am. Music range. I really listen to almost every single day. I don't listen to anything else like rap and everything. I listen to it, but I don't listen to it like religiously as I do R&B. And oh, what song was it? Oh, ho ho. You guys may not know this song, but if you don't know it, go look it up because you will understand the significance of this song. It's my favorite song ever. It's Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers. And a lot of what's said in that song is actually true. Not all of it is, because not all of it's exactly what my grandmother did, but a lot of it is. So if you guys know that song, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, look that song up, because you will understand the significance of that song to me. And then when I was sitting there, that song kept playing in my head, and I was like, yo, what's going on? And then for the rest of the day, I was kind of, done. For the rest of the day, I was good. The rest of the day, for anybody else had to find out, like my uncle's, not wife, even though they've been together for years, girlfriend, I guess. My uncle's girlfriend, who they have kids with. I don't know why they're just not married. But her and the kids had to find out. My cousin, he found out. He's older. He's an adult. He has kids, a wife. They all found out and stuff. Oh, Jesus! But yeah, when she found out, it was tough. It was tough on her because the kids, they knew my grandmother and they loved my grandmother, but it didn't really weigh on them as much as it did a lot of other people. Said you guys good? And you said no, we're good. And they're like, that's good. My aunt, she's the strongest of us all, of my entire family. I would say, out of all of us, she is the strongest. She was molded for my family. I will say that. She's gotten me out of tough times, brought me from the deepest places. along with my friends. I talk to my friends a lot. But like I was saying, um, you know, it, she told me, because it was around 4th of July time. Uh, we usually go to Ocean City for 4th of July, but we said we're not going to do it this year, but next year. And I can definitely tell you, after my grandmother died, there's been a lot more family coming around and stuff like that for my grandfather. Speaking of him, when he found out, it was sad. It hurt me. It hurt me. Me and my grandfather shared the same pain together, because that was his wife and everything. 58 years. What was it? 52 years. It was either 58 or 52 years of happy marriage. Happy marriage. And but for me, it was like, they raised me. I was kind of like their kid. I was kind of like her son, even though I was her grandson, and she acknowledged that. She bought me food, clothes, and I pretty much lived at her house, like, all the time. So to her, she was like a mother, but just, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, like a mother. And so, and what happened was, he was coming to visit her, and he didn't know yet, because my aunt and my dad hadn't told him, because he was on his way here, and we didn't want him, get upset while he was driving, there'd be an accident. We didn't want that, so we didn't tell him. And he came into them, he said, "How my girl doing?" My aunt says, "She passed." He says, "What?" I said, "She passed." He leans over on that little pushing chair with the seat on it. He says, "Oof." And I couldn't. My heart dropped clean down into my stomach. I couldn't. Like, I felt it. I felt it all over again. Oh, what the... What? Can I catch a break? Jeez. Boy, I'm trying to talk about stories here. You guys just keep shooting me. Give me a break. But anyway, like I was saying, I felt it, and then he was telling me about the other day when my grandmother faked played dead or whatever, and then kind of smiled at him, and it was just, then if you guys know, like I said, me and my parents ended up having that talk with my aunt there to kind of mediate things. Things got ugly, but it was tough for me, and I still struggle. Let me tell you, my R&B playlist, 2 songs get me. Grandma's Hand Still. I haven't heard that one in a minute. I don't think I'm ready to hear it. But Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone by Bill Withers. That one hurts. And The Love I Lost by... I'll look at my phone in a second. But that song is good. Like I said, not all the song is exact, but you can kind of... What's that? Please. I mean, well, there's no music in it, so it won't be that bad. As long as you don't... No. Where's my thing? There it is. What is it called? No. Yes, that playlist. Dun, dun, dun. The Love I Lost by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I don't feel like reading. Honestly, I actually didn't read that whole thing. Like, I pulled this song up, and then I realized, his name is Harold Melvin and the Blue something. I think it's called the Blue Notes. But yeah. Oh, it's actually bothering me now that I don't know exactly what it's called. Like, it's actually bothering me now. Oh my god. Huh? Oh. But yeah, you know, that happened. It was good. You know, the funeral. See, the funeral didn't hit me. See, I expected the funeral to hit me like when she died, but it actually happened in reverse. When she died, it hit me like as if I imagine I was at the funeral, but when I was at the funeral, I was actually thinking she just died. Are we winning this? Oh, yeah, we go. Not anymore, we're not. Because you got campers with shotguns, which I don't quite understand. And I think you just got kicked and stabbed, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, you tried, teammate, that's all I can say. Dang, and the broken shell. So it's called shell? Or I think it's shell. Oh, they're both medics, too. Maybe I should run medic and stop running this M1 Grand. Because I'm not really paying attention. So, and then having this isn't really working. I think an automatic would be way easier to, you know. No, brother. Where is he? Is he down? Hey, you're doing good. See, this is why I gotta play medic. Not only do I get an automatic, which will help me when I'm telling this story, but also I can res people faster. It gets the job done. Yowza. Okay. I don't get it. That there's shotguns in every shooter. I mean, sorry, there's campers in every. There are shotguns in every shooter, but there's campers in every shooter. I still don't understand. What does that sound? You guys can hear it, or you might be actually. I don't know. I don't know what you guys can hear, but most likely it doesn't hear it. But it's like kind of like a E sound, like from. Actually, I can't even explain it. I don't have time to explain it. Back to the story. But yeah. So, and at the funeral, you know, it was amazing. It was more or less a celebration than a funeral, as they kept saying. And that's literally what it was. There was happy music. There was. Listen, I don't know how to say this without sounding racist in any way, but if any of my
You should be able to move.
Okay, because hold up, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this without trying to be racist. I'm gonna say it the least racist as possible. I've been to. Okay, I have white friends who go to church. We'll start off like that. I have white friends who go to church. Okay, now you got me. You got me. Cool. No, teammate down. Oh, you scared. Oh, he's over here. Come here, buddy. Get up. What was I saying now? Something about something. Man, this is the only problem with having people to talk to about this stuff. They can't remind you where you left off. What's this? Oh, right. I have white friends. Yeah, it's pretty racist. I have friends of the Caucasian race. That sounds weird. You guys get the point. Who go to church. And their churches, without being disrespectful, are bland as fuck. I'm talking to you, it's like country music and like church music combined together and had a baby. That's what that is. It's pretty chill. You know, but if any of you may or may not know, or maybe this is just a racist thing, I don't think it is, but it might be, who knows, I don't know. If you've ever been to a church full of people of color, or otherwise known as black people, it is loud as fuck. It's loud, people are screaming, people are singing. I mean, well, people still sing in white churches, but I don't want to say it like that. But they still sing, but there's just way more singing, and they're way louder, and they project way more. And the drum, the mimes is to be the most incredible thing. See, my cousin I was talking about, the one who's an adult, has a family, children, his wife. Yeah, he does mime at the church, and you guys know what a mime is. So imagine a mime that dances to a Christian song about, oh, what was the song? The song was, I forget what the song was called, but it was like, I don't think any of you guys really know this song anyway, so I don't know why I'm just thinking it, but for detail, I guess, for detail. Yo, he didn't notice. Kill him. Thank you, my sacrifice was not in vain. Oh, he got me back. Thank you. Oh, can I, what gun did I pick? Oh, this is Type 100? I think it is. It needs to be reloaded, though. That's definitely not the right mag size. I'm like 11 bullets. I'm coming, Chief. Got your back. There you go.
Keep those bandages fresh. You should be able to move.
Get up. I think the Type 100 is a good gun, honestly. It was like, basically, it was like, I'll describe it instead of trying to figure out what the lyrics were. You arrive at the, Golden Gates or whatever, and God stands in front of you and says, good job, well done. And, you lived a good life, you did a good job, is basically what God is trying to say. And that song to the mime, it made everyone cry. My cousin was crying. He held in for the entire dance, and he just broke down afterwards, kinda, and made my aunt cry, who hadn't cried actually, like, for the entire when she died part. Didn't cry until like the funeral, I don't think. I mean, unless she cried at night and in secret, then then she cried then. But I don't know about that, because So let me circle back around to E. Honestly, that'll give me more time to talk. But like I was saying, yeah. So she kind of cried. It was amazing. But here's the part where I didn't want to be racist when I say there's a difference between black people churches and white people churches. And the only way to tell the difference is to experience them. Because not all church is the same. Now, don't get me wrong. Would I go to one of my friends if they wanted me to go to church with them? Sure. I mean, I'm not saying all white churches are like this, like how I've described them. But just the ones I've been to, it was like that. And it's not a bad thing. Everyone praises in different ways, I found out. And, But anyways, enough about the, thing kind of involves the Lord, honestly, because my grandmother's very religious. But anyways, back to the original story, because I just realized I went clean off track, because I was talking about myself, then I went off and talked about a piece of me that really mattered. But, which I guess is still myself, but it wasn't actually me, it was about someone else. And some other people. But anyways, like I was saying, 7 dragons. We're back on this train. If you guys don't remember, you can go back. Basically, get up, soldier. How did I pull that off? The majority, let's go. I need a medic. I need a goddamn medic. Medic. I need a medic. Really? No medics. Oh! Thank you! I saved his life earlier, and then he ended up killing that guy and then reviving me, so yeah. I'm glad he came back. Oh yeah, no, their tickets are depleting quick. I don't know why I say tickets now. I used to never say tickets. But 7 dragons. The youngest one of us, he had cancer. I'm not gonna say his name because I guess private information. I can say his first name. His first name was John, I guess. I guess I can say his first name. Yeah, his first name is John. Hey! First name was John. And, let me these people seem like good people. Honestly, pretty fun people to play with. I do this after every game. I think I don't know if you guys can hear me actually, so I might as well just stop talking. But I'm friending these people. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but now I'm friending them. And I'm back again. I only offended one person that amount of time. Crazy, right? Probably won't play this game. So let me friend this other person before the game is like, oh, you're not playing? I'm just gonna kick you then. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, guys. Wow, the person I friended actually added me back. That was quick. You send these people a friend request too, because you know they're good people. Spanish, Latin American. Yeah. Probably should have guessed that. Anyway, let me leave this game. Yes. But John had cancer, stage 4, pretty bad. They didn't show any no cancer didn't show any signs in his body until recent. And after about 3 months, he passed. And we were all given a token. We were all shipped a token from his parents that apparently he had carved for all of us. They had the dragon symbol on it. Where is it? Oh, is it at my? It's at my grandfather's house. I said, let's see if I can find it. But it had a dragon carved in it and it said AB because we were called the Seven Dragons Association. Wait. Yeah. The Seven Dragon Association belongs. Why do we. Listen, we were kids, okay? And we still are. Well, there's only 3 of us left. Anyway, you know. I was depressed when he died, you know, I was really sad. Then, you won't believe this, two of the other dragons died in car crashes. 2 separate car crashes, both died. Name was Adam and Lance. Dead. Sad. And then since I wasn't the oldest, but I was kind of like the leader of them, kinda. I came up with the name, and like I said, when I beat the purple belt, I kind of asserted myself. So I was given their coins. Then the only girl in our group, she committed suicide, and that had an effect on me because she was shy when she wasn't fighting, you know, and she was really chill when she was fighting. You know, she was all enthusiastic and going for it, and you know, really trying to fight. And it amazed me. Did I have a crush on her? No. You know, because I knew that I didn't have a crush on her because of the fact that she wasn't outgoing enough for me. So I didn't have a crush on her, if you guys are wondering. She wasn't outgoing enough. But yeah, she was kind of like a younger sister, kind of. Even though she was like, you know what I mean, by like a month or two. But yeah. So that affected me. So I got her coin. So I have 4 coins, and it's me, it's me, Chance, and Josh. Wait. Yeah, Josh. And Alex, if you're watching this video, it's not the Josh you're thinking of. Obviously. Not any of the Joshes you know. Just had to put that out there. We have a friend named Josh, and it's not him. So, yeah. And waves of depression. So, and then when they're kind of, I guess, anniversary of their deaths, you know, that was another wave of depression because I realized they're gone for good. I'll never see them again. And I don't know if I still have the scar. I probably do. I'll have to find it. I think I'm just blind and tired. But I have a scar somewhere on one of my arms. It's a cut. Oh, there it is. Where, I don't know. I don't know what we were thinking as kids, but for some reason we kind of exchanged blood. Actually, let me change that. We cut ourselves, not in a bad way. I mean, it's a bad way still, but we cut ourselves and we basically got like little drops of our blood, and we, got them on our hand or whatever, and we did like kind of like a weird high five so that all of our hands would touch at the same time. And like kind of like what it was, like everybody got a different hand, so that when you went to go high somebody, you would always touch the next person, and the next person would touch you, and then touch you, and touch you. And then to make sure that it actually worked, we went through and high-fived everybody one by one. Everyone high-fived each other. Even if you high-five that person twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, you had to high-five them every single time. So, and that's what we did. Every single time. We did this one time, but we high-fived each other, in a row. Yeah, but here it is. You guys can't see it, but it's not a big scar. It's pretty small. There it is. And I had to get it on this hand. So. But yeah, so they were like family to me, kind of. Closest thing to family I think I've had in a long time, besides my actual family, and the friends that I have now. I would like to point out 3 of them in particular, but one of them is Alex, of course. Another one is my editor for my book, very good friend of mine, and all in all, great person. And next, the person who I mentioned in a previous stream said, they liked my content. That's my other friend I'd like to point out. And I have some more who do deserve honorable mentions, and you know who you are. If I've talked to you in the past 2 months, you're a good friend. I only talk to my friends. I haven't seen anyone else, but talk to anybody else really. But I know next year, even though we got to slap on the mask again, I'm going to school this year. I didn't go last year because my grandmother was sick. Oh well, sorry, her immune system just weak. Period. Well, was weak. And so I didn't go last year, and I struggled. I'm telling you, it was terrible, horrible. Made me realize some things, but I struggled. Like, it was painful. But anyway, I think that's enough about me. And I think it's time I end this stream. I've done 2 of these games. This thing is probably like more than an hour long. I would say, what time is it? Damn, it's almost 9:50, which means it's almost 10 o'clock. Like, 13 minutes. I haven't texted any of my friends today. Jeez. Actually, I didn't text them any. I didn't text any yesterday. I don't think I texted them Thursday. I think I might text them Friday. I don't think I did. And I haven't written any of my book yet. Oh boy, I'm falling behind like a mother. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow too. No, sorry, not tomorrow. Next week. Football. Playing high school football, people. Yay! Now we're about to go to 2 practices a day. 2 practices a day, 6 days a week. Painful. Okay? Hurts. I wanted to get this book done by the end of summer, but I realized it's suddenly not going to happen. So I'll most likely put it on hold and then resume it. Or I'll do it by myself and maybe get my editor to kind of, put some input here and there. I don't really want to disturb my editor while they're in school. But, it is, it is what it is. Anyway. If you guys did enjoy this video, the gameplay at least, or my story, if you want me to share more stories about me or anything else, which I'm very happy to do, because I really don't give a shit. Anyway, I keep saying that. Find a different word. In conclusion, please leave a like and subscribe if you did like this content, or please like and subscribe if you like the gameplay, or if you like me talking about my personal stories. If you like me talking about personal stories, comment below, shut the fuck up, or just shut up. Either one works. We don't care. Perfectly fine. But yeah. So I will see you guys in the next stream, which probably will be like 2 weeks from now. Because like I said, next week, 2 practices a day, 6 days a week. So yeah. I'm gonna be swole. Just like I'm joking. Anyways, see you guys. Oh, tryouts next week too. Oh, God, man. I can't. I can't even. I cannot believe tryouts is next week. Oh boy. I'm ready. Even though we don't get pads, I don't get to hit people. I'm ready. I'm like a train. I'm unstoppable. My God.